Hello and welcome to The Downsized. My name is Laraine Durham, and this is our weekly series, The Downsized Dish, where we talk to people just like you who have lost weight on a GLP-1 medication. I've lost over 50 pounds using compounded tirzepatide, and it's my goal to talk to others out there who are interested in maybe starting a GLP-1 medication or figuring out how to best use their GLP-1 medication. I hope you will like and subscribe to The Downsized. And before we get started, please keep in mind, I'm not a doctor. My friend Sandy is not a doctor. So please always consult your doctor before starting any new treatment plan or exercise program. And today we have my friend Sandy. Welcome, Sandy, to The Downsized. It's nice to have you here.
Glad to be here.
Sandy and I know each other from the gym. Well, I'll let you tell, Sandy. But anyway, Sandy, why don't you tell us just a little bit about yourself to get started?
Oh, well, I'm retired
Mm-hmm.
and I was in the financial field my whole life, fighting the weight problem, skinny at the early years. And so ate whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted, never seemed to be a problem. And then you hit around in the 40s and, first you're fighting 5 pounds and it's 10 pounds. And before I knew it, there you go. I lost a lot of weight on a low-carb diet, South Beach. I
Mhm.
bought the book, I cooked the food,
Mm.
and it was pretty easy to lose the weight because once you stop eating all the carbs, the cravings go away.
Yeah.
I kept it off for a number of years, and then little by little, you start eating things and the weight comes back. And over the years, I lost a little, gained a little bit, and it started to get to the point where it was really getting out of control. But I sort of accepted. I said, oh, well, that's the way it is. And I really felt that I was still in good condition because I could exercise. I exercise with the young girls,
I'm the young girl.
not the old ladies downstairs in the gym.
Oh, right.
No chair classes for me.
Yeah.
And I thought I was doing fine and thinking I'm going to try to make it to 80 up here. And
How old are you, Sandy?
77.
Okay. All right. Awesome. It never sticks in my mind because
Oh,
you
I know.
don't seem, anyway, but go on.
People say that, but I think they're just being kind. So now I lose my train of thought very easily.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, you work out.
Yeah, I
stay
worked out
healthy.
all the time.
Mhm.
I still am taking medication for high blood pressure and cholesterol.
Mhm.
But those are things that run in my family. And I just felt that was just something, even when I was thinner, I still was borderline on those things.
Mhm.
And I've been taking those medications since I'm much younger, my 40s for the blood pressure
Mhm.
and whatever. And I saw Laraine losing all this weight and we started talking, and she is very open and very free about talking about it.
Obviously.
Yeah, right. And I said, oh my goodness. And I thought maybe I wouldn't be a candidate because when you get older and you're taking medications, but I talked to my doctor.
Mhm.
I wouldn't do anything without talking to him first. And he said it was a great thing. And he recommended a local clinic. So I started going to the local clinic. And then in talking to Laraine, the local clinic, I don't know, it was almost like, they were selling supplements, you could buy expensive bags of cookies where there were 3 tiny little cookies in there
No,
that wouldn't fill a cavity.
Protein enhanced. Or
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And I just felt like it was kind of like a lot of weight loss programs out there. You can't stick to it for any length of time because sooner or later you're going to be in the supermarket and that big box of cookies is going to be there and you're going to buy them and eat them all.
Right.
So I talked to her. I had been talking to her all along. And I went to this clinic and I was originally on the compounded semaglutide. That's the other one.
Yeah.
And I did start to lose some weight. I skipped a step.
I was
My-
going to say.
My doctor
Yeah.
said first, he said to use the older medication. Do you remember what the name of it is?
Phentermine.
Phentermine.
Yeah.
Okay. He said you'll lose weight
Mhm.
quickly and it's very inexpensive because not having diabetes and being on Medicare, I was not going to be able to get these drugs covered by my medical plan.
Right.
So I did that and I did lose. I lost over 20 pounds
Mm.
on that, but you can only take that for 3 or 4 months.
Yeah.
I think they say 2 or 3 months.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't work anymore.
Right.
So at that point, I went to that clinic and I started taking the semaglutide.
So yeah. the
Okay.
compounded
And I lost weight, but more slowly.
Mhm.
And they didn't seem to understand that I had already lost that initial weight. It was sort of, they had their program was like one size fits all.
Mm.
talking to Laraine, and she told me about the clinic that she goes to. It's online. I don't know if
Mochi Health.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
allowed to mention the name? Okay.
Sure.
And I went on there and I found they provided what I didn't think you'd get on an online clinic, but you really do. You talk to the doctor. They're not rushed. You can spend as much time. In the in-person clinic, there was a physician's assistant, and they're pretty good, but most of the time you didn't even see that.
Really?
Yeah. It was just, one guy was only there for a week.
No.
He had no background, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So anyway, I've continued to lose weight. And then after a while, I lost the amount of weight you should lose on that drug. And I decided to try the tirzepatide, which is better. You lose a little bit more weight. It's more expensive.
Yeah.
And I've been on that, and I've been losing weight since then. I just need to lose. Maybe I want to lose another 10 pounds. That's all.
Okay.
So I'm really thrilled,
Yeah.
and no side effects.
Yeah. So how much have you lost, I guess, in total, counting the phentermine, the semaglutide, and now the tirzepatide?
Close to 40 pounds.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Great. And how tall are you, Sandy?
5'2".
5'2".
So that's a lot of weight.
She's my petite friend. Yeah. So 40 pounds, you're about 5'2", you're 77. So this really does work for, a variety of ages and ranges. So were you concerned about giving yourself a shot?
I was.
Yeah.
But once you do the first shot, it doesn't hurt. It's I give blood all the time, and that hurts a little bit.
Yeah.
But it's doable, and we've all gotten shots in our arm, and they hurt because they're shooting you into muscle.
Yeah.
But this is going into the fat, and
Right.
apparently there's some good things about fat.
Apparently.
The shot doesn't really hurt, so it's very easy.
Okay.
It's really not a problem at all.
Okay.
No serious side effects.
Yeah. And what dosage are you on now? Do you know?
Well, when I went on the tirzepatide,
Yeah.
They cut me back, so I'm on
Yeah.
the third. I'm not up to the maximum yet. I don't know what that is.
So like
50 milligrams, milliliters, whatever.
Well, I think
50 of something.
50 units.
50
is probably
units,
what
50
you pull
units.
in the syringe. So
Right.
if you're on the third dose, I think at Mochi they go 2.2, 4.4, 6.6, or maybe 7.5 might sound familiar to you, or 5 milligrams.
I should have done
Not
more
sure.
homework.
That's okay. That's okay. It gets a little confusing with the
yeah.
dosages. So always read your instructions that come with your medication.
Right.
And make sure you're filling your syringes appropriately. Yeah. No. So I have some questions here for you.
All right.
So how has this impacted your health, losing these 40 pounds?
Okay. I mentioned before that I thought I was pretty healthy because I was exercising with the young girls and everything. I was deluding myself.
Oh.
Okay. Once I lost the weight, I have so much more energy. I didn't realize. I would be at the end of the class. I would be exhausted, and now I'm just not. It's like a normal thing that I do.
Yeah.
So it really makes a difference in how I feel.
Yeah.
I can't emphasize that enough because I thought I felt good. I thought I was fine.
Yeah. And now you feel
yeah.
even better.
Yes,
That's
much
awesome.
better.
Sandy and I also do cardio dance class.
Yes.
Our favorite teacher left, so now we have another teacher.
But he's pretty good too.
But yeah, we're dancing. Sandy and I are up in the front, like we're leading the class.
Right.
So that's a lot of fun. So I encourage people, to get out there and maybe try something new. The gym that we go to is a rec center and a senior center.
Right.
So we have a wide variety of ages, and there might be something like that near you. This is run by our county government.
Yeah,
So,
we're very lucky.
It's a great price, and so we love it. I went this morning.
I didn't have a knee problem. I'm
Yeah.
exercising so much.
Okay, all right. Well, tell us about your knee. Like, is it something that's been chronic, or?
No. I for someone my age, almost everybody I know has knee problems, and I never have. I'm in the process of moving, and I think I may have carried some heavy boxes.
Oh, probably.
And I just tweaked it a little. It doesn't hurt a lot, but I figured I should take a few days off.
Take a few days off. That's probably a good idea. Did any of your medications change? Do you think your blood pressure or medicine or any of that will come down?
The last time I had blood work, which was not that long ago, I got a note from my doctor. He was so thrilled because everything is better.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest problem I had was triglycerides.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is not related to food.
Mm-hmm.
It seems to be hereditary, and my mom
Oh.
had it.
Mm-hmm.
And they are, even though I took medication, I used to take 2 cholesterol medications. Now I
Mm-hmm.
only take 1,
Mm-hmm.
and I take fish oil, which the doctor
Yeah.
recommended. And they are so low now, it's
Oh,
unbelievable. So the next time I go to the doctor, I'm going to talk about maybe lowering the medication.
okay.
And my blood pressure, which has always been under control
Mm-hmm.
with with medication,
Mm-hmm.
but is now on the very low side of normal. So again, I'm going to talk to the doctor and maybe we can get that lower too.
Yeah.
So it's just it's everything is just better, you
Everything's
know.
just better.
Mhm.
Right. That's awesome. What are some of the things that you eat? Do you have like a certain meal plan that you follow, or what do you try to do with your eating?
I have a very small breakfast, usually yogurt and fruit, because I'm going to exercise and I don't want to, get
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah.
And then I eat a normal lunch, and I pretty much eat what I want because I
Mm-hmm.
eat so much less.
So much less.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then for dinner, I have a protein shake
Oh,
with a
really?
banana in it. Yeah.
That's what every day you have? I
Almost
mean,
every single
yeah.
day. Sometimes I have to switch because I'm
Yeah.
going out to dinner,
Yeah.
but for the most part, that's what I have.
Okay.
Sometimes I don't feel like a protein shake,
Yeah.
so I'll have something else. But for the most part, I do.
Now, what is your husband eating when you're eating the protein shake?
He's eating whatever he wants.
Oh, so he's on his own. He does his
He's
own thing.
he does his own thing.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. And what does he think about all this weight loss and everything?
Um, I don't know that he's noticed.
Okay. And how old is your husband?
He's 82.
Okay. So he's a little bit older. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Yeah. Yeah.
getting on there.
Okay. Yes. So, I mean, that's good. He can, you don't have to eat the same things and,
No,
you can do.
that's never been a problem for
Oh,
us.
gotcha.
I know some people have a problem with their husbands
Yeah.
when they do something like this.
Yeah.
They want it back the way the old way, but
He's fine.
he's fine with
He's
it.
fine. All right. Good. We're not worried about him.
No.
Um, how do your clothes fit? Have you had to buy new things, or what do you think?
It's hard to find clothes that I like,
Mm.
but some of my things, one day at the rec center when I was exercising, I said a little too loudly because I'm loud. I said, "Oh, my pants are falling down," and everybody laughed.
It
So
happens.
yeah, I have had to buy smaller pants. A lot of
Yeah.
the shirts I'm still wearing, but like a lot of the things like this, I hadn't worn this blouse in years,
Oh, wow.
but I
Mhm.
liked it, so I didn't throw it out.
Oh,
And
nice.
now it's already getting a little too big.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Pretty soon you'll have to get a
I'm gonna
whole
have
new
to bite the
wardrobe.
bullet. Yes.
All right. Awesome. What are some tips or some things that you might tell to somebody when they're just starting? Like, what is something you wish you knew that you might want to tell someone?
Well, one thing I noticed, and this idea got into my head. I'm very open
Right.
about everything.
Yes.
And I listened to one of your podcasts where you had 2 people on who shared that they weren't sharing their experience with their
Right.
family.
Right.
And being not up to the technology, I'm pretty good at technology, but not this thing. I couldn't seem to call in or type in or anything like that.
That's fine. You can
But
cover.
I try to do what Laraine does. I try to let people know. When
Yeah.
people say to me, "How did you lose the weight?" I say, "Drugs."
Modern medicine.
Yeah, and then they ask
Yeah.
questions and I explain it all to them.
Yeah.
Because why wouldn't you want to share this? Why wouldn't you
Right.
want to let somebody else be healthy?
Right. Exactly.
And if somebody wants to judge me, because they think I didn't lose it fairly, well,
Right.
that's their problem.
Right. I mean, we really have to remember that obesity is a disease.
right.
Whether it's been with you for your whole life or it's come on maybe later in life due to, environment or circumstances or whatever. And these things aren't our fault, right? So, have you gotten any negative responses from people when you tell them what you're doing?
Not really negative, but you could sort of see it in the way they look at you and everything, or
Yeah.
they don't think they would want to do it. They don't ask any questions about what it was like. And
Right.
um,
Right. They just kind of go, oh.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
telling one of the ladies in the gym today, she mentioned something about, well, you've lost a lot of weight. And I said, about 52 pounds. And she goes, oh, well, I guess, you're really like doing this, this, and this. And I said, well, and I also took a weight loss injection drug. And she went, oh. And I went, did you have any side effects? And I said, a little constipation, but it's fine.
I had that too. but it didn't, not anymore. But it passed. I don't, yeah,
Not anymore. Yeah.
yeah.
Did you have any other side effects?
I have like sometimes a bad taste in my mouth. It's
Mm.
almost like the food doesn't taste good.
Mm.
That's a good thing.
Mhm.
And it passes. It's not all the time,
Yeah.
So I have a mint or something like that,
Yeah.
and it's fine.
Yeah. Have you upped your water intake? I know you're a big water drinker.
I wouldn't say I upped it. I try to drink enough water.
Yeah.
Certainly when I exercise, we
Right.
drink a lot of
We
water.
drink a lot of water.
Yeah, but
yeah.
I don't think I've really, because I was drinking enough, I think. So.
Yeah. Well, that's good. That's good. So let's see. What else can I ask you about? Uh, um. So what did you tell your husband? I guess you told your husband that you are taking these drugs.
Yeah,
Did he?
we have a pretty good marriage. We don't, I do what I need to do.
Do what you want.
I don't need his permission.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's JoJo.
Here's the cat. Hey,
JoJo has
cat.
entered the cat. Hey, kitty, kitty. JoJo says, there's someone new in my house today. Well, that's good. So, and have you talked about with any of your friends, like any of your friends or neighbors? Or
Yeah.
Have you gotten anybody started on this?
I have recommended it to several people, one very recently.
Uh-huh.
And she's going to call Mochi. I told her,
Yeah.
even if your doctor sends you to a local clinic, go there.
Yeah.
And many of them, I've had a couple of people though who went to the doctor, and because of something that they're taking, they were not a candidate. It was not something they could. I think it was what was it? The person has a. It'll come to me.
It'll come to you in a minute. Okay, good. Well, another thing we talking about going to those local clinics was that, I guess in addition to them trying to sell you things, the time that it took.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. You have to go there once a week, and it's like going to a doctor's office. You have to sit there and wait for them.
Right, for them. And then they did the injections there, I guess. Or did they
yes, they did the injection there.
Yeah.
So, and you really don't need that.
Yeah.
I have one of my friends who just went on it, and she went because she developed diabetes. She didn't need to lose that much weight, but she actually developed diabetes,
Right.
and she was already taking a shot for something else that she has, and she was going someplace every week to get the shot.
Oh.
And I said, "You really can do it yourself." It's
Yeah.
not. And she said, no, I can't do it. But finally, she saw what it was like, and she's doing it herself now.
Oh, awesome. Yeah, these medications were originally developed for type 2 diabetics. And how diabetics lose weight is a lot different, I guess, than if you're not a diabetic. But these medications have now been approved. Zepbound is approved for weight loss. Zepbound is tirzepatide, which is what Sandy and I take, the compound version of tirzepatide. So, well, that's awesome. So any other changes you've made in your life since you've lost these 40 pounds and been on these medications? Anything different you notice about?
Not really. My life is the same. You read about all these things that go on in people's lives, but I'm so happy that I lost the weight. It was like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and I like what you said about telling people.
Food costs a lot less.
Spending a lot less at the grocery store.
A lot less at the grocery store. And I did something that I never did before.
What's that?
I usually take home a doggy bag.
From a restaurant?
I can't eat it all.
Yeah.
That I find is amazing. I used to wonder how people were always taking home doggy bags.
Me too. Me too. Did you ever hear when I talk about food noise, like, just thoughts of food invading your head all the time? Did you ever have that?
Yeah, you know what? It would be sometimes I would eat just because I was a little bored, or I'd be sitting reading or something, and without even thinking about it, you get up and you go look and see, and if there was chocolate there, I'd eat it. And I just don't have that anymore.
Yeah.
I really do believe it's not willpower. Like you see these people who never have a problem.
Yeah.
It's not willpower.
No, they're just made that way.
Yeah, that's the way they're built.
They don't hear the food noise.
No, they don't.
They're not compelled to keep eating when they're not hungry. They only eat when they're hungry.
Duh.
What a concept.
Yeah,
right.
And I was always hungry. I could always eat.
Yeah. Yeah, me too. I mean, from a very young age, I was always foraging for food, even though there was plenty of food around, right?
Sure,
There's never been a shortage of food.
Mm-hmm.
Sandy, tell us a little bit about your before and after pictures.
Well, the before picture, I had trouble finding a before picture because generally once I'd see a picture of myself, and I'd say, "Oh, I don't look good in that picture." I would delete it.
Oh,
Maybe not even consciously because I just looked so you look much fatter in a picture than you do, but trust me, the way you look in the picture, that's the way you really are.
yeah,
Okay?
yeah. True.
So I deleted a lot of pictures. The one picture I could find, the before picture, I was on vacation in Tunisia and we went on a
Mm.
camel ride.
Ah,
And when we got off the camels, somebody took my picture and sent it to me, or they took it with my camera. I don't remember which. And so I kept it because it was a souvenir and the camel was really cute.
I remember when you went on that trip. Was that like a year,
I think it might have been 2.
2 years ago?
Yeah,
Yeah,
not that long ago.
yeah. We've been
Um,
looking out for a long time.
we have since the place opened, really.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't know what gave me this idea, but I brought back for my grandchildren small stuffed camels.
Oh, cute.
So my after picture is me with one of the stuffed camels. I made
Cute.
my daughter bring it back to me so I could take the picture.
Oh, nice. Nice.
So, but
Do you do a lot of traveling still?
I do. I
Yeah.
do. I usually go on at least one big trip a year, sometimes 2. This year
Yeah.
I'm going to the Baltic countries
Oh, cool.
in April, and I'm going to go to New Zealand in
Oh, wow.
November.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, have you ever taken your medication with you when you've traveled?
I haven't. I was
Yeah.
on the phentermine the last time I
Yeah.
went,
Yeah.
but
Which is a pill, so
yeah,
that was easy
right.
enough.
That's right. And I don't get paid anything by Mochi, really. But they send the medication in a really nice thing that would also double as a water bottle once you use your medication.
Yeah, it's like a thermos.
Yeah, it's like a thermos,
Yeah.
right? And so that's what I'm planning to do when I go on vacation the next
Yeah.
time. Take it like that.
Yeah.
And
Just
that
put
should
the vial in
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
It's-
I'm guessing that
yeah.
the airline will refrigerate it for you.
Well, now what we do is we have a travel case
Mhm.
that you can buy on Amazon that has like a cold pack in it,
Uh-huh.
and you put the vial in it with your needles and zip it
Oh,
up.
okay,
And
okay.
and I would suggest carrying it on.
Oh, yeah, I would never put that in
Yeah.
my luggage. Yeah.
And security, we've traveled with it, and security was like, "Oh, nice case." You know, they see so many of them now for insulin and other
Sure,
things that
they're used to it.
it's not even
Yeah.
an issue. But yeah, we've traveled with ours, and it's really not a big deal. You just have to make sure the medicine doesn't get above 80 degrees and doesn't get below. You don't want it to freeze, so
Yeah.
you just want it to kind of have it at that room temperature, and you can keep the compounded tirzepatide at room temperature for 28 days, and it
Really?
stays fine.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I learn something
yeah.
every time I talk to Laraine.
A font of information. Yeah, once you take it out of the refrigerator, it stays good for up to 28 days, as long as it stays in that like room temp
Okay.
range.
Oh, that's good to know.
So let's see. And what else can we say?
Well, of course, the concern was that I have other medications, which most people my age do,
Yeah.
but my doctor seemed to think it was just fine.
Yeah.
And, I'm looking forward to lowering my medication if I can. But I don't, there's no age. Maybe when you get older, you don't worry so much about how you look or, how others perceive you.
Mhm.
But still, for me, it's all about being healthy.
Right.
And I don't see why anybody wouldn't want to do that if they
To do,
could.
yeah.
It just, I never realized all the side effects of being overweight.
Yeah.
That's the thing. You just get used to it.
Right.
And now that I've lost it, I mean, this was not something that was available many years ago. If anything I would have tried years ago, I know that eventually I would have just gained back the weight. But with this, it seems to be something that it's you can keep it off, and it just feels better.
Yeah. So I mean, it was really more about a health journey than
Yeah. That's right.
than just a cosmetic or and so now you can just move around a lot better. And it's interesting, that we keep hearing about, and probably you feel the same way. I mean, even 50 pounds heavier, 40 pounds heavier, we worked out.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
We ate pretty well. We were,
Yeah.
I mean, when I was what I always called myself, I said I was always a very healthy, overweight person.
That's
right?
that's exactly how I felt.
Yeah.
That's exactly it.
And we didn't really realize, maybe some of the things that were going on that we didn't know. And then once we've lost this weight, feeling so much better. And then hopefully, preventing other diseases, other things that could have piled on
Sure.
along the way.
They're very safe, these drugs. They've been around for a long time.
Yeah.
So, and sometimes people are reluctant to try something,
Hmm.
especially when it's not absolutely necessary.
Right.
But you can try it. If it doesn't work, you don't have to keep
Right.
doing it. But
Exactly.
my
Yeah.
doctor actually said that if you can maintain your weight for about a year on this,
Hmm.
that you could stop taking it and your body may not reset to the. I I I've never read that anyplace. I don't know if it's true or not, but
I think it's different for everybody.
mm,
I mean, my kind of feeling is that I'll be on this in some form pretty much forever. I think people who maybe don't have the disease of obesity or haven't lived with
mm,
the disease of obesity for a lot of years, maybe they could step down or eventually spread out doses a lot easier than
mm,
someone like me. I mean, I'm on a 7.5 milligram dose. I take it once a week still. I've been doing that for about the past 6 months and basically maintaining my 50-pound loss. I feel like if I go lower or went longer, I would start to gain the weight back.
yeah,
So, I mean, I think everybody is different. You just have to find out what works for you and do, trial and error. Keep a chart, keep a
sure,
log,
yeah,
and really see what works for you because we're finding more and more that these doses are you have to find your personal best dose and what is your, best weight. Did you have a number in mind that you were trying to get down to, a weight number?
Well, my original number was 140, and
Uh-huh.
I'm very close to that. I'm like at
Yeah,
142,
yeah,
but I still feel like I could lose a little bit more weight.
yeah,
So I'm thinking maybe I want to lose another 7 or 8 pounds, maybe
yeah.
135 or something like that.
And did you talk to your doctor about your goal weight, or how did you?
Well, we really didn't, but
Yeah,
I will have that conversation with
yeah,
him. I really like my doctor, and I think he's. I think a lot of doctors probably may. I would say if your doctor tells you not to try this, you might want to consult another doctor.
find another doctor.
Not that you should go around picking
Yeah,
cherry picking like that, but, some may have old-fashioned ideas
hmm,
and again, been married to that idea that it's in your head, that you just need to use willpower.
yeah.
I have a lot of willpower. I'm very
Oh, yeah.
focused and disciplined about almost everything in my life, but this is just something I could
This is
never
just
control.
right because it was, you're just missing that
Yeah, yeah,
that thing in your brain that tells you
mhm,
to quit eating, and
that's right.
now the medicine has filled that
Yeah,
in, and it's nice that you had such a progressive doctor.
yeah,
I mean, for years, I was asking my doctor, who was, I mean, maybe my age, maybe a few years older. I said, "Can you prescribe me anything? I'm knocking myself out here." She goes, "Oh, you just need to diet and exercise.
yeah.
You
That's
just need to diet and
sure. Oh,
exercise."
like, I never thought of that.
Yeah. Oh, all right. Well, that half marathon I just ran where I lost zero
Yeah,
weight. Yeah,
sure.
I'll try harder on the next one. And it's not a matter of willpower or, trying harder. It's just your body is fighting you every step of the way. So
Yeah.
this medicine really just
It
helps with
it
that.
changes your whole attitude towards food.
Mhm.
When you go food shopping, you're not, or in a restaurant. I used to be looking at, well, what can I order that will be the most food?
Oh, right.
Don't order the
Right.
shrimp because they only give you
They're
a few little
small.
shrimp.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm going to need a lot of food. Do you
Yes.
ever
Yeah.
look at a plate and think, "Oh, that's not enough food?"
Always.
And then now on the medication,
Yeah.
you look at the plate and think,
Yeah. Today I ate from my from a doggy bag. I had some leftover pizza.
"Oh, yeah.
And I started to heat it up, and then I looked at it and I said, "Oh, I don't think I can eat all that." And I took one piece and put it back.
Oh, yeah.
Before I even got to the point,
Yeah.
the old me would have said, "Oh, yeah, I could probably eat it."
Yeah, I'll just eat the 2
And now
pieces."
it's hot, so I might as well eat it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's
Yeah, a lot of times I look at the plate of food, and I still kinda have that thought of, "Oh, that's not enough food," and then I start eating it, and I think,
yeah.
"Oh, I'm full." Has it been sort of
Yes, I've had that
gone through that an
I've had that
adjustment?
experience. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
When you, I guess do you cook much at home, or
I
you
cook a lot.
you
I do.
do?
I like to
Yeah,
cook and I like to cook. And
yeah.
I think that when you eat in restaurants a lot, it's very hard to eat healthy because they're putting extra
You don't know. Yeah, it's really hard to know what you're consuming in a restaurant.
Yeah.
But you can control your portion. So like the doggy bag idea,
Yeah.
is a good idea. And I guess you still just get full faster and
Yeah, that's
recognizing
right.
that.
That's right, and you listen to it when you're getting full.
Yeah.
Where before I could eat past full
Ah.
to the point where I didn't feel good after I ate, because I ate too
It was
much.
stuffed.
But
Yeah.
it didn't stop me. But
Yeah.
now I'm more in tune to that, I guess. So I just, oh, I
Huh.
feel full, I'll stop.
That's a interesting. So for you, it just kind of dialed up that awareness of the fullness.
Sure.
Where
Yeah.
for me, I rarely even got that fullness signal. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe at Thanksgiving, when you're
Yeah.
eating
Oh
a
yeah.
lot and,
Yeah.
how did you do over the holidays this year being on the medication?
Um, it really wasn't a problem.
Mm.
I just I took a plate of food, probably a little more than I would normally eat,
Mm-hmm.
because there's so many different
Right. You
things
want to try everything
that you
still.
want to try everything, so it kind of fills up the plate.
Yeah.
And I had dinner plates out because it was
Mm-hmm.
in my house, where normally I don't eat on a dinner plate anymore. I eat on a smaller plate.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, and I finished, and
Mhm.
normally I would go back and take more of everything, and
Yeah.
I didn't. I took more of something because it was very, I really liked it,
Yeah.
but
Did you
it was
do a
not.
lot of that cooking, or did your daughter, or how did you
Um,
guys work that out?
well, my son-in-law had a health issue, so they were not with us.
Oh, okay.
Normally we do.
Mhm.
The last few years we've been going to their house, but they wanted to keep it.
Oh, you need to get.
That's my husband. I just hung up on him.
Okay.
I'll call him later.
Okay.
Um,
So yeah, well, that's good that you were able to kind of keep things in check for the holiday.
yeah, it really wasn't a problem. My sister was there. My sister is one of those very few people. She's pretty much a vegan
Uh-huh.
and has been on Overeaters Anonymous for many years.
Huh.
She was fat all her life. She was
Oh.
born, she was always heavy.
Mm-hmm.
She's 5 years younger than me, and I would have to wear her hand-me-downs.
Oh. So is she still heavy now, or is
No,
she?
no, she's a normal weight.
Yeah, and you ordered the scale that I have, right?
Yes,
The scale
yes.
that with the app. Do you use the app too? That.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I use the app.
Mm-hmm.
I weigh myself first before I get on the scale, so that if I gain weight, I don't record it.
Oh,
I like to see that downward trend, but once in a while I do.
you don't record it if it's not good?
No, I would if it's if it starts to go in that way, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
generally trending down. So sometimes it's because you just had a big meal last
Right.
night. I don't want to show
Right.
that I gained 2 pounds.
Well,
But
the Super Bowl was last night,
oh,
and I ate a little too much. I
oh.
did not weigh myself this morning. But you're a daily weigher?
I don't weigh. No,
No?
I only weigh myself. I'm every now and then, like
Every
it,
now and then. Okay.
like maybe it's once a week or so, but
Okay.
not on a regular
Okay.
basis.
Oh,
But the
that's good.
scale tells you a lot of things, that
Mhm.
it's not just weight. It's
Yeah.
really good.
Yeah, it tells you the
Um,
scale that we have. It's you step on it with bare feet, and it sends a signal through your body, and it
mhm.
can tell you your body water and your body fat and your muscle mass. Speaking of muscle mass, is he texting?
Oh, he's texting me
Okay.
now.
Wait, he left a message.
He left. I'll
Okay.
get it later.
Have you noticed any change in muscle? A lot of people, when you lose weight, sometimes you lose muscle. Have you had any?
I was concerned about that, and
Mhm.
bone loss and stuff like
Yeah.
that, but all that has pretty much stayed the same.
Okay.
The only thing is, I have to tell you this, it tells you what your
Metabolic age.
metabolic
I hate
age.
that one.
I'm 77.
What did it tell you were?
Well, it was 82 at the beginning,
Oh,
and now I'm
my.
down to 81. So, it's very disturbing.
Yay. Yeah, no, I'm 55. It told me I was 57, like 57, 58 for a long time. And now it still tells me I'm 56. And I'm like, how much weight do I have to lose before, all my other numbers are good, and it
Yeah.
still tells me I'm older than I am. So
Yeah.
I don't like that one. I'm not paying attention.
No,
I don't think
I
we
don't
should.
think.
I don't think we should.
Yeah, that's what we'll do. We won't pay.
We were
We
not
won't pay
paying
attention.
attention.
I always do everything that Laraine says.
Finally, someone who
Yeah.
listens to me.
And it's right. And it's so much easier. Like with the scale, I went
Yeah.
on Amazon and I'm looking, and there's like 100 different ones and everything.
Yeah.
I couldn't buy one. I didn't know what. So I just asked Laraine to tell me what to buy, and that's what I bought.
Yeah, and actually, because of you, we set up an Amazon store. We have a website,
Yeah.
thedownsized.org. You can go there and check it out. And we have links to the scale I use and some products that I use. And we're Amazon affiliates. So we make a small commission off each purchase. So thank you, Sandy. And speaking products. Do you use any like, is there a protein powder that you like, or what protein supplement do you
Yeah,
use?
I've been using it for years. Because it's very delicious.
Oh,
It's,
we'll have to put it in
yeah,
later.
yeah, it'll come to me in a
Yeah.
minute.
Do you get it at the regular grocery store?
No,
You order?
it's mail order.
Okay.
Somebody I knew was selling it, and I decided to try it, and
Okay.
I ate a half a banana, and to me, it's like eating a shake.
Uh-huh.
It's just delicious.
All right. Well, we'll definitely put the
Um,
name of that in with the link so you guys can check it out.
Isogenic,
Isogenic. Yes.
Yeah,
Okay. Isogenics.
yeah,
Yeah. I
and
had my friend Elaine, who actually told me about this medicine
oh,
initially,
yeah.
was doing that at one
And
time.
it's not cheap, so
Hmm.
I've looked around to see if I could find something comparable that would
Yeah.
be, and I tried a couple of things and they just didn't taste good.
Yeah.
And most of them are more expensive. So,
Well, there you go.
and they do it on they send it to you in the mail, and
Hmm.
um so it's not bad.
So it's easy to get.
Hmm.
And that's one thing I tell people, eat what you like, right?
Yeah.
I mean, did you ever go on diets where you had to eat food that you just didn't care for and just didn't? Yeah.
Yeah.
So we don't do that anymore, right? We just eat what we like,
Yeah.
just
Right.
less.
I eat really whatever I want.
Yeah.
If I eat cake or something, I usually have a small piece
Yeah.
where usually would eat two pieces,
Yeah. And you have grandkids that come over and
Mhm.
you take care of them a lot.
Yeah.
Do they notice any difference in grandma or
No.
they don't care, right?
They don't.
Right. Well, that's good. My girl said to me, "Well, Mom, we never thought you were heavy to start with, right?" It's
Yeah, I
weird
don't.
what they
Yeah, I
think.
don't. That's what I think it is. I
Yeah.
think that I was always heavy when they were young. They're young. They're 12, 11, and 7.
Hmm.
So I think they just accept you the way
Yeah.
that you are.
Yeah. That's
Which is
great.
great.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. Well, anything else that you want to add, Sandy, and tell people out there
No,
what
I
they,
think
anything about Sandy?
uh,
I love Sandy because she's like very like, this is what it is. This is what I'm doing. Well, how did you lose weight? I need to know. Like I told her all about it. She's like,
yeah.
okay. So yeah, it's been really great
I'll
going
bet
on
there are a
this
lot of
journey with
people
you.
who noticed and didn't say anything and didn't
Yes.
ask because they feel it's too personal or
Yeah.
whatever. But
Yeah. And if anybody that asks, I will tell them. I mean, I talk about it all the time. And I talk about, I have little cards with my, did I give you one of my
I don't
cards
think
with
so.
my website? I'll give you one. So, if somebody asked me how I did it, I say, watch my podcast. Our not podcast, but YouTube channel, I guess this is, it's, I'll figure
Right.
it out. I'll figure it out eventually.
I always tell them. I told everybody I was going on a podcast.
So, share this with your friends. If you have a friend who's thinking about taking a GLP-1 medication and they're anywhere between my age or Sandy's age, we've kind of covered the gamut here. So we hope you will share this with a friend and like and subscribe to The Downsized. When you do that, it helps the YouTube algorithm suggest us to more and more people that are looking for answers to questions on GLP-1 medications like Ozempic, Wegovy, Manjaro, Zepbound, semaglutide, tirzepatide, all of those great GLP-1 medications that have definitely changed our lives,
Sure.
I'd say, for the better.
Very much so.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming over today, Sandy.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes. Well, let's see. What's tomorrow's work? Tomorrow is our dance class.
Yeah, I'll have to see how I need.
You're
Yeah,
your knee.
it feels better. But I probably should
Alright.
take a few days off. But we'll see.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been off and on with the cardio dance class.
Yeah, I know.
I know. Our favorite instructor left and we were sad.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, and also, Sandy, we need to tell them about our downsized cruise.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Sandy's coming on the cruise with us. Christopher and I love to go on cruises. If you've been watching our channel, you've probably seen us video from the cruise. So we decided to invite everybody to cruise with us. So we created the Downsized Cruise. It's June 23rd through the 27th. It leaves out of Fort Lauderdale, and it's on the Celebrity Reflection. We go to Bimini and Nassau in the Bahamas. It's a 4-night cruise, and we invite you to come join us. For more information, you can go to thedownsized.org, and we have a link to the cruise. Sandy's coming on the cruise with us.
Yep.
And I believe you found a roommate.
Yes, through none of my friends wanted to go,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to have a room to myself because on a cruise they charge you double.
Right.
So I asked Laraine, and she sent it out there. And I've FaceTimed with my roommate and everything.
Oh, awesome.
And
Yeah.
we're gonna, I'm gonna room with a complete stranger in a little tiny cabin. We'll see. See how it goes.
How's that going to be? Well, at least you're both on GLP-1, so you'll know.
That's right. That's
what
right.
you're-
She's
what
lost
you'll be
she's
using.
lost a lot of weight.
Yeah. How much
Yes.
did she lost?
I don't remember
Don't
exactly,
remember,
but
yeah.
she,
Yeah. So that's the thing about this cruise. We just want to get people together who have been taking
Yeah.
this GLP-1 medication. We'll have some get-togethers, some Q&A sessions, some panels.
and probably eat properly too,
Well, yeah, we will
for the most part.
talk about eating because
Yeah.
that's something that's on a cruise that can sometimes get a little hard.
Yeah.
So how do you navigate a buffet? What do you order at dinner? We'll all have dinner together. Hopefully, I think we're up to about 35 people now.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So
Last time I checked with you, I think it was 18. I thought that was a lot.
yeah, so we're growing. So go to thedownsized.org and click the link for all that information and information on how to book. The Downsized Cruise is sponsored by Mochi Health. So thank you to Mochi Health for sponsoring our cruise. We'll have some goodies from them, and maybe even somebody from Mochi might come and talk to us about that. So we'll have to see. But I guess what else do I need to say? Is that it? But yeah, it'll be a lot of fun. So we hope you can join us for the Downsized Cruise. Sandy will be there.
Yep.
I'll be. Oh, and if you like Sandy, if you are a single person and maybe looking to be matched up with a roommate, send me an email to Laraine at thedownsized.org, Laraine at thedownsized.org, and I'll try to match you up. So, well, thanks for coming over today, Sandy.
Thank
It's been
you.
great chatting with you as usual. We usually chat each other up every day before class. Usually we're talking so much the instructor says,
Yes.
we're starting, ladies. We're not talking. But yeah, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time on The Downsized. Thanks, Sam.
Thank you.